Greetings from the opening days of Sabbatical. Things are going great so far. Really been focused on stepping away and stepping into this theme. We are what God has made us, based on that verse from Ephesians chapter 2. Spending a lot of time with Monica right now as we reflect on our 25 plus years together and the identity of our relationship. I've also begun exploring music as a spiritual practice, as a source of renewal in my life. I've begun doing some special guitar lessons, and also with the help of a man named John J. Thompson, I'm really thinking about listening to music in a better, more spiritual way. John is an author, he's been a pastor, he's worked in the music industry, and he's also the host of a podcast called True Tunes that I highly recommend. It's at truetunes.com. And I have two thoughts that I just want to share in this opening update. One is, as I was listening to John's podcast, True Tunes, he was interviewing a musician named Propaganda, who's a poet and a musician who I actually got to meet and work with some through the One campaign, so I really appreciate him. And he made a comment in one of the pieces he was performing on the podcast where he said, every one of us is a child who came from somewhere. And I've been thinking about that, and to think that we all have come from somewhere, to think about who that child is, where we come from. You know, I'm a child that came from Parkwood Road on the south side of Pittsburgh, from a small town named Katanning, and now I've made my way to Philadelphia and to Devon and to St. Luke. And you've come from somewhere too. And maybe you've moved on to other places. Maybe you are still in the place where you come from, and that has been the location of your life story from the beginning till now. And so I think that's a powerful thing to think about as you think about identity. And the other thing is a question that John Thompson asked me to think about. And he said, when I'm journaling about this sabbatical a year from now, what do I want to be writing down that I got out of it, that we accomplished? And I want to pass that question on to you, especially to St. Luke, as you go through the work of renewal, especially in transition time, that we'll be able to look back in a year, that we'll be able to look back like on future annual reports and say, this is what we got out of 2022 and from the sabbatical and the time of transition, and knowing that God has led us to be who we were created to be, to lean into our identity as individuals and as a congregation. I am having a wonderful start to sabbatical. I'm looking forward to the weeks ahead. I miss everyone. I thank you for this opportunity, and I hope to talk to you again real soon. God bless.